If you're still writing code line by line, you're already obsolete. Today's best developers don't type logic, they orchestrate intelligence. They don't build apps, they command systems. What if you could ship production-ready software by writing less than 5% of the code yourself? Welcome to vibe coding, where intent replaces syntax, English replaces boilerplate, and apps are built at the speed of thought. This isn't the future of development. This is the new baseline.
All right, let's just jump straight into it. The way we all build software, it's on the verge of a massive, fundamental shift. You know, for decades, it's been all about grinding out code line by painstaking line. But this new wave of AI, well, it's making that whole process look kind of slow, right? So we're going to explore what it really means to be a developer in 2026, and how the job is changing from writing code to, well, conducting it. And this quote, this is basically the heart of the whole conversation. It's a pretty bold statement, right? It suggests this huge change in what we do every day. But here's the key thing to remember. It's not about being replaced. It's about being promoted. So let's really dig into what this new world actually looks like.
Look, we are at a real inflection point here, no exaggeration. All the skills that made a developer great for the last, 20 or 30 years, knowing the syntax perfectly, having every library memorized, that stuff is being seriously challenged by these incredibly powerful AIs. But let me be super clear. This isn't a story about replacement. It's a story about evolution.
And that brings us to the big, kind of scary question, doesn't it? Is the act of writing every single line of code by hand becoming obsolete? I mean, for so long, our craft has been this meticulous process of writing clean, efficient code ourselves. But what if that manual process just isn't the best way to build things anymore? What if the real bottleneck isn't the idea, but the speed of human fingers on a keyboard?
Well, the answer to that question might just be this new paradigm called vibe coding. This is a totally AI-first approach that flips the whole development workflow on its head. It's way less about the manual labor of coding and way more about high-level creative direction.
So, what exactly is it? The crucial thing to get is this. With vibe coding, you are the conductor of an orchestra filled with AI agents. You set the vibe, the big picture, the architecture, the specs, and then you manage these agents as they translate that vision into actual working code. You're the director, not the actor.
And this slide just lays it out so clearly. Traditional coding is deductive. You're telling the computer exactly how to do something, step by step. Draw a button here, make it blue. When someone clicks it, do this specific thing. Vibe coding, on the other hand, is abductive. You just describe what you want. Hey, I need a user login page, and it needs to connect to this database. The AI then figures out the how. Your main input becomes the blueprint, not the individual bricks.
Okay, so if you're not hunched over a keyboard writing code line by line, what are you doing all day? Well, you're operating from a totally new kind of command center, using a toolkit that's built for this AI-first world.
Yeah, this whole concept is often called the Karpathy paradigm, and it's really a philosophical change, right? It's the shift from being the person who dictates every single tiny step to being the person who just clearly defines the destination and lets the AI figure out the best way to get there. It's all about leveraging the AI's power to sweat the small stuff.
And this new workflow, it happens in totally new environments. We're talking about agentic IDEs. You've probably heard of some of these. Tools like Cursor, Windsurf, and Replit. They're being built from the ground up to be these command centers where you can actually deploy, manage, and even debug the AI agents that are doing all the heavy lifting for you.
And here's where it gets really powerful. You're not just working with one single AI assistant, like a superpowered autocomplete. The real magic comes from what are called multi-agent systems. Seriously, think of it like you're assembling a dream team of specialists. You've got one agent who's a total pro at database design, another one who's a genius at front-end UI, and a third who's a security expert. And your job? You're the manager of that team.
So how do you actually do that? Use frameworks like Crew AI and AutoGen. These are the tools that let you define the specific roles for your AI agents. You set their goals, and you manage how they talk to each other to build really complex stuff. Okay, this all sounds amazing in theory, but what does it actually produce? Like, what kind of real-world apps can you build when you're the manager of an AI coding team? Let's take a look at some actual examples. I mean, you can go from just an idea, literally a sketch on a napkin or a voice note, to a functioning weekend MVP in almost no time. And from there, you can scale it up to a full-stack SaaS app with user auth, a database, payment processing,
all without writing a single line of SQL by hand. It's wild. And at the really high end, you can even build tools that manage other AI agents. We're talking about building incredibly complex systems here. And this right here is the result. This is the payoff. When developers are using these workflows to build real production-ready applications, they are writing less than 5% of the code manually. Just let that sink in for a second. That is a massive, monumental leap in productivity.
So what this all means is that your role completely changes. You stop being the person laying every single brick. Instead, you become the architect. You're the one who designs the blueprint, oversees the entire construction, and makes sure the final building is solid.
And this new role, well, it demands a new primary skill: agentic governance. This is basically the art and science of managing your team of AI agents. It's about making sure the code they pump out isn't just working, but that it's also secure, efficient, and perfectly matches the vibe or the spec that you laid out in the first place. Which of course brings us to the million-dollar question. If you have all these super powerful AI agents writing tons of code for you, how in the world do you keep them from going completely off the rails? Right? How do you maintain control and make sure you're not just shipping beautifully written spaghetti code? The answer is, you stay in control by using a whole suite of governance techniques. It all starts with a super clear, unambiguous spec. From there, you use things like automated testing, you give really targeted feedback when an agent messes up, and you make sure they always have the high-level context they need. It's basically about creating a system of checks and balances for your AI team.
And that brings us right back to where we started. This is what that quote means in practice. It's not about AI replacing you, it's about you getting a promotion. You're moving up the value chain from just implementation to direction, strategy, and governance.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. If the most efficient way to build software is by describing what you want in plain English and then managing the AI that builds it, is the future of coding not really about coding at all, at least not in the way we've always thought about it. It's something else entirely. Definitely something to think about.
Vibe coding isn't a trend. It's the new operating system for developers who want leverage, speed, and control. The question isn't if this paradigm becomes standard. It's whether you'll master it early or struggle to catch up later. If this video shifted how you think about coding, hit like. It tells us you want more content like this. Subscribe to Celoris Academy to stay ahead of the curve with real-world AI development, agentic systems, and production-ready workflows.